fake, drink, girls, drink, drink, tots, girls.
I really shouldn't be here.
Drink, 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 fake, arse, girls.
Yep, first there was Drop Dead Fred, then Freddy Krueger, now Freddy the Frog. It's all about the Freds, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, except for that guy. Anyway, Freddy the Frog is an animated film directed by John Acefisky. This movie is supposed to be a James Bond satire, depicting a frog as a secret agent. The original British title is called Freddy as FR07. What kind of smegged up title for a movie is that? Well, let's watch it. I'm actually going to be showing the British version, as the American version is heavily edited and pretty much makes the whole movie sloppy. Not that this movie wasn't sloppy enough to begin with. We get a nice shot of Paris, France to the song of I'll Keep Your Dreams Alive by Patty Austin and George Benson.
When you're being chased by you can always count on me. There's no place I couldn't be.
But what really kills it is the animation. The film is made in 1992. It's younger than I am. But the animation looks like it was made in the 70s. And the main character, Freddy, sort of looks like a combination of Brian Johnson and Michigan J. Frog. If the British are so bloody good at making movies, why is such fresh and exquisite animation turned into such poppy dross?
Once upon a time, in the country of France, there lived a prince called Frederick.
The narration isn't too good either. And that's probably because instead of having a British narrator, like say Michelangelos, they instead bring along a French narrator named Adrien de la Touche.
She drowned at sea the year before. The boy's heart was full of sorrow.
Well, the movie is meant to take place in France, so it is fitting. The problem with it, though, is that it's so hammy and badly dubbed that you can hardly understand a frickin' word he's saying. Oh, I am Le France. I have surrendered myself to the Brits, so I narrate crappy movie. Jeez, I hope Benzai's not watching. The protagonist is a young prince named Frederick. He lives in a castle in 16th century France with his father, a king who can cast magical spells. Frederick also has a magic power. He can actually sense trouble whenever it is nearby.
He could sense nearby.
Hey, he could have been a dream warrior. Freddy versus Freddy.
Sorry, kids. I don't believe in fairy tales.
However, his evil Aunt Messina also has magic powers and can turn herself into a snake.
And so Messina was to rule while Frederick came of age and then became the king.
Great Gaia, this narrator stinks. Is he trying to sing his lines? I could narrate better even if I had Chipmunk Fred voice.
So yay, this movie's about a prince named Frederick and his dad and their horseback riding. I sure do love horseback riding. Yeehaw! Uh-oh, Messina's turned into a snake and now she spooks the king and he falls nearly 10 feet to his death. Wow, how could you die by falling 10 feet? Unless you had diabetes. I know a sure fall like that could be fatal. I remember friend Adrian, he fell off the roof once and he only got boo-boos. Oh no, boo-boos! You know what? Fuck it. Back to normal voice.
So Frederick is now living orphaned with this Aunt Messina as ruler. But Messina wants to rule her kingdom for the rest of her life. So one day, she turns into a snake in one of the stiffest transformation sequences I've ever seen in my life. And then she transforms Frederick into a frog. A
frog? You want to rule your kingdom for the rest of your life. But instead of killing the prince, you just turn him into a frog? Lame. Frederick jumps out the window and into the sea. Messina chases after Frederick, who is eventually saved by the Loch Ness Monster! Really? A Scottish monster in France? Last week, Japanese scientists placed large explosive detonators at the bottom of Lake Loch Ness to blow Nessie out of the water. Sakura Gottfried of the Nessie Alliance made an agreement with several British filmmakers that Nessie would make a special guest appearance in a crappy movie starring a French frog.
You little ugly frog, one day I will catch up with you and destroy you like I did your father and your mother, and then I shall be all powerful. I shall rule the world.
Of course!
What's your name, little prince?
Frederick. Frederick the Great.
Ah, charmed, I'm sure, to meet you, Freddy.
Likewise, Miss Monster, voiced by Scottish actress some people may or may not have heard of. Phil's slogan. So Nessie agrees to help get Freddy back to his castle. But uh-oh, she's gotten her tail stuck under a rock.
Maybe I can help.
What the heck are you giggling at? So Nessie leaves Freddy, who then goes off and finds a bar which features an entire party of frogs playing in a band and having a good time. Okay, I don't know exactly where they came from since it was only Freddy who was transformed. But hey, if the plot says so, we might as well go with it. But if I go with it any longer, my brain's gonna explode. So after spending the rest of his childhood bonding with frogs and showing off his telekinetic skills, Freddy grows up. Kind of, sort of, literally.
He grew, and he grew, and he grew, until he reached his adulthood. And then he knew.
Okay, so he's a giant frog now. That makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. This movie, I'm not even barely 20 minutes into this movie, and I'm just speech impediment. Oh, movie. Cut to London, England, as we meet some of the most racist crows of all time.
Where's the bloody tower gone? Oh, am I dreaming?
I'm dreaming your voice is gonna be dubbed by the time you hit them States.
Hey, Yankee Doodle came to town just to buy a pony. Instead, he brought us talent. Let's hope it's not a phony.
Jeez, are you sure this is a British movie? No English person could come up with rubbish like this. Apparently these crows are celebrating because the Tower of London literally disappeared from out of nowhere. Oh, and yeah, apparently we're now back to present-day England. Jeez, if the beginning took place in the 1600s, wouldn't that make Freddy 300 years old?
And you are the head of the British Service Secret, and I understand you have a slight, what do you call it, problem?
Anyway, he's now part of a British Secret Service called FR07. He's come to investigate the disappearance of several famous buildings in England that have been literally stolen right off their foundations. He also meets a pretty martial arts expert named Daffers, voiced by Jenny Ogder, who's well known for making an appearance as one of the peace sirens in an episode of Red Dwarf. No, I stand by what I said. It says peace sirens, not sirens, peace sirens. It's sort of like how The Secret of Nim is pronounced Secret of Nymph. N-I-M-H. It can't be Secret of Nim without the letter H.
I'm afraid the only weapon I use is my thoughts. The powers of the mind will always overcome violence.
Well, I don't have any concealed weapons.
Whoa! Hide the goods! This is a PG-rated movie, after all. So Freddy goes with Daffers and Scotty, a weapons expert, as they try to solve the mystery of the missing buildings. As it turns out, it is all the work of Messina and some fat dude with a giant beard named El Supremo. What, do I have to do a Spanish accent now?
Thank you, El Supremo. We are ready. Ready and waiting.
Oh, shit! Damn it!
Oh no, not this scene. This is where the movie loses all sanity. Just watch.
Romania, I'm gonna rule your world. Gonna tease you and tweeze you till you drop. Oops. I can hypnotize.
Yeah, this whole scene is messed up. It's like they're trying to rule the world but can't stick with a simple army. Instead they got these German soldiers on roller skates, these guys with weird helmets, the mother-flipping Ku Klux Klan! Well, a hardcore kids movie was what you wanted. A hardcore kids movie is what you're getting. And that means having Messina sticking her giant freaky snake face in the camera every 5 seconds. I mean, cut it out! So Freddy, Daffers, and Scotty go to the Big Ben clock tower, which is eventually kidnapped by El Supremo's big sperm monster.
Going up. Hold tight. Not this tight.
Success! We have the target in our coil. Bring it in!
Sorry, I can't understand you. Your face is too loud. So our heroes are sent to a giant metal dome thing, which spreads itself open, and, yeah. I'm sure this scene speaks entirely for itself. Hey, wanna see my Big Ben?